All right, traders, welcome back to another week of trading with the team. Today we're going to talk about the Japanese yen, and the reason we're going to talk about the Japanese yen is because everybody's talking about the Japanese yen on this massive breakout, right? So, why don't we start by looking at what we have done with this breakout, actually? Okay, so this is my trade on the pound yen, right? This is my trade on the pound yen. I have a couple of buys. I have four buys. I already took half of my position off today at the highs of the move, right? Because I'm expecting a pullback, a deep pullback, right? So what do we? Let me finish showing you this, right? So from the lows, I'm up about 430 pips or so, less from the later buys, around 220, 250 pips or so. Basically, what I was looking at on the pound yen, very quickly, I'm going to show you what I was looking on the pound yen, is the break of this flag, right? I was just looking for the break of this flag. I bought at the bottom of that flag and then at the breakout. Right on the weekly looks even yummier. As you can see, I will be taking profits again at the 151, 155.88. And then if that level breaks when, well, it's all going to be massive profits for a possible another 700 pip run. Right, so let's talk about the Japanese yen. What happened, right? Well, the Japanese yen on the weekly, this is the Japanese FXEM's Japanese yen basket as always, which is the same as the DXY, right, for the US dollar, right? So we have been, or the Japan, I'm sorry, the Japanese yen has been in a very bearish move from those pandemic highs until May lows. We're talking about a 16.68% depreciation of the yen, right? So, this is the weekly chart again. Let's go back to the daily and we were looking for some short opportunities in the Japanese yen, right? Of course, that we traded the upside on those bounces on this big range, yeah, because it was profitable. Well, I'm sorry about that, right? Because we're talking about a 2.7% range of this market, but now that the Japanese yen has broken with those lows, we are looking at least a retest of those May lows, right? For a pretty much continuation to the downside on the Japanese yen. So from the breakouts, we're talking about 2.68%, and from current prices, another percent move to the downside at least, right? At least. Now, if we go back to the weekly chart, right? If we go back to the weekly chart, well, this is apparently FXCM Japanese yen basket doesn't go all the way back from April 2019, but that's completely and utterly fine, right? So if we do calculated targets, right, on this move, this being of course a bearish flag, okay, and we are going to start talking about this bearish flag on the break of the previous base. So calculated targets on this flag should bring the Japanese yen way lower than those May lows, and calculated targets should bring those. Should bring this new bearish move all the way down 3.30% from those May lows. So if this scenario plays out, there is a ton of money to be made short the yen. That's why I was showing you the possibility of the breakout of the 155.50 on the pound yen for a retest of this previous base, this previous key level around the 164. So heads up to that. The yen is hot at the moment. This is the market that you want to be trading. If you are not short the yen right now, let's go to the shorter time frames, right? If you are not short the yen, and this is why I took some profits on my pound yen because of a possible pullback. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. So we get some levels out of this puppy, right? So a possible pullback for about 1% could in fact be possible at the retest of this previous key level to bring in more buyers in this market, and of course a deeper pullback to the previous broken lows for an even deeper 1.73, 1.75% move to the upside. Of course, that this move is so strong that a deep pullback to the 92.88 level, it's lower, it has a lower probability than a mild pullback towards this key level. But in any case, heads up to a pullback because that is where the short opportunity lays. And of course, I'll be sending my add-ons on the pound yen to my VIPs. So if you want to be part of that, just click below the video and subscribe.